Welcome back, everyone. We're from Back to Your Roots Herbs. We're dedicated to helping people rediscover the power of natural remedies. And today we are going to talk about something very special. We're going to dive deep into the world of African mango seed. You may have heard of it before, maybe you've heard whispers of its weight management potential, but I think it's important for us to make sure we're looking at the whole picture.
Yeah, it's not just a trendy, quick fix.
Exactly.
This seed has a long and rich history. It's deeply rooted in the traditions of the people of West and Central Africa. Imagine relying on something as a staple in your diet for generations. Like there's wisdom in that,
There is a lot of wisdom there, yeah.
passed down over centuries about what truly nourishes and supports the body.
Okay, you've got me hooked. I am ready to learn more. But first, I think it's important to set the scene. So
Hmm.
imagine the lush rainforests of West and Central Africa.
hmm
That's where the majestic Irvingia gabonensis tree thrives. And within its mango-like fruits, that's where you'll find the African mango seed.
It can grow up to 40 meters tall.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is. What's so cool about the sea is it's not just about one or two nutrients, it's a powerhouse. We're talking soluble fiber, which is amazing for digestion, keeps you feeling full and satisfied, healthy fatty acids like myristic and lauric acid, and essential minerals like calcium and magnesium.
And we can't forget about the antioxidants, right?
Right.
I read a bit about ellagic acid, and the potential health benefits seem really impressive. But what about the seed's history in traditional medicine? That really intrigues me.
Well, for generations, different parts of the Irvingia gabonensis tree have been used in traditional African medicine to address a variety of health concerns. So the leaves have been used for everything from soothing fevers to helping with intestinal issues, and the bark, which is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, has been used to alleviate pain and soothe the skin. It's amazing how closely intertwined this tree is with the well-being of the people who live alongside it.
It sounds like it. What about the seeds themselves? How do they play into this?
The seeds are revered for their potential to support weight management and help balance blood sugar levels. It's amazing to think that the Baka tribe of Central Africa relies on these seeds for over 50% of their caloric intake during fruiting seasons.
Wow.
It makes you wonder if that deep connection to the seed, woven into their lives for centuries, has something to do with its potential health benefits.
I love that perspective. That's a great way to look at it. So now let's explore what modern science has to say about African mango seed, especially its extract. I'd love to hear more about the research behind its weight management potential.
Well, one of the most interesting studies involved 102 overweight individuals. They were split into two groups. One received 150 milligrams of African mango seed extract twice a day, while the other received a placebo.
Okay, I am on the edge of my seat. What were the results?
Well, over 10 weeks, the group taking the African mango seed extract saw a significant reduction in body weight,
How significant are we talking?
an average of 28 pounds compared to the placebo group.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
They also had a significant decrease in waist circumference, an average of 6.7 inches.
It sounds like this extract could really be a game changer for people struggling to manage their weight.
Hmm.
So, what exactly is the science behind these impressive results? What's going on?
Well, there are several mechanisms at play. The seed's high soluble fiber content is a key factor.
Okay.
This type of fiber absorbs water in the digestive tract, slowing down digestion and creating a feeling of fullness.
Mm,
And that can lead to reduced calorie intake and ultimately weight loss.
that makes sense. What else is going on?
African mango seed extract is also thought to influence certain hormones involved in appetite regulation.
Oh,
Studies suggest it may help reduce levels of leptin, the hormone that signals fullness to the brain. So by modulating these hormones, the extract could help curb cravings and reduce overall food intake.
so is this seed preventing new fat cells from forming?
That's one of the things researchers are looking into, and the findings are promising.
That's great.
African mango seed extract may also inhibit the activity of an enzyme involved in fat synthesis, potentially hindering the formation of those new fat cells.
This is incredible. There's so much going on with this one little seed. But we can't forget about the seed's potential benefits for blood sugar regulation as well, right?
Right. Studies have shown that African mango seed extract may enhance insulin sensitivity. Insulin is crucial for the body to use glucose for energy, and when sensitivity is impaired, glucose builds up in the bloodstream, and that can lead to things like type 2 diabetes.
So African mango seed could help keep blood sugar levels healthy.
Yes, precisely. There's even a newly discovered compound in the seeds called terminalin. It's been shown to enhance glucose uptake in muscle cells, which further supports healthy blood sugar balance. It's really amazing.
It sounds like it. And it's important to remember that everybody is different.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly.
Back to your roots herbs, we believe in empowering people with knowledge so they can make the best choices for their health.
That's so important. And while the research is compelling, we always encourage consulting with a healthcare professional to see if African mango seed is right for you and to determine appropriate dosages. We believe in a holistic approach to well-being, where natural remedies like African mango seed complement a balanced lifestyle.
I love that. And speaking of holistic well-being, I can't wait to dive into how this seed finds its way into the kitchen. Remember Gaboon chocolate we mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah.
You won't believe the culinary uses.
It's true. Traditional African cuisine uses the seeds in a variety of dishes, including Dika bread. And of course, the kernels are also used to make Gaboon chocolate, which resembles cocoa butter and is often used in cooking.
Gaboon chocolate. That sounds incredible. I'm excited to learn more.
It's delicious.
But before we do, we want to hear from you. What are you most interested in learning about African mango seed? Have you had any experience with it? Let us know in the comments below. We'll be back soon with more fascinating insights and practical tips on how to incorporate this remarkable seed into your own life.
We can't wait. Welcome back to our exploration of African mango seed. You know, it's incredible to think that something so small can hold so much potential. Last time we were talking about those amazing results in weight management and blood sugar regulation.
I know, right? Those results were astounding. But as fascinating as those benefits are, what really gets me is how deeply ingrained this seed is in African culture, particularly its culinary uses.
You're right. It's incredible how people have been using this seed for so long in so many different ways, transforming the seed into these incredible dishes.
Exactly. I know we touched on Dika bread and Gaboon chocolate earlier, but I would love to hear more about how those are actually made.
So imagine taking these sun-dried seeds, grinding them into this rich paste, and using that to thicken soups and stews, or even as a base for baking.
It sounds incredible. Now, that's what I call getting back to our roots. But what about the Dika bread? What does that taste like? Is it anything like the bread we're used to?
Well, it's a little different. It's made by taking the African mango seed paste and combining it with cassava flour, spices, and water to create a dough that's then steamed or baked. It has a unique, earthy flavor that's really satisfying.
And what about Gaboon chocolate? Is it actually chocolate?
It's not chocolate like we're used to. No, the seed kernels are roasted and ground into this butter-like substance. It has a similar texture and richness to cocoa butter. You can spread that on toast or use it to create sauces and desserts.
Okay, now I'm getting hungry. So we've got this amazing seed, right? It's packed with nutrients. It's been used traditionally for various health concerns, and it can even be incorporated into food. What are some ways our listeners can start incorporating it into their own lives?
That's a great question. And at Back to Your Roots Herbs, we believe in making these ancient remedies accessible to everyone.
And I'm so glad you brought that up,
Mm-hmm.
because I know some of our listeners are probably wondering where they can find high-quality African mango seed products.
And you can find those right on our website, www.backtoyourrootsherbs.com. We offer a variety of forms, including capsules, powders, and liquid extracts, all carefully sourced and formulated to help you experience the benefits of the seed. You can find the link in the description below.
Perfect. Before we move on, are there any tips you would recommend for someone just starting out with African mango seed?
Of course. It's always best to start with a lower dose and gradually increase it as needed. You know, just paying attention to how your body responds. And remember, consistency is key. Just like with any lifestyle change, you have to give it time.
Great advice. And speaking of tradition, we can't forget that African mango seed has a long history of use in traditional African medicine.
That's right. For generations, people have relied on different parts of the Irvingia gabonensis tree for a variety of ailments. Everything from soothing fevers to aiding digestion.
It really is amazing how closely intertwined this tree is with the well-being of the people who live alongside it. Like, they just know it so well.
Absolutely. Their knowledge, passed down through generations, offers really valuable insights into the potential of this natural remedy.
It's a good reminder that sometimes the most effective solutions come from looking back to our roots and rediscovering the power of nature. Welcome back to our deep dive on African mango seed. It's been quite a journey. We've learned so much, from its origins in the rainforests of Africa to its traditional uses in the kitchen, and even delved into the scientific research behind its benefits.
Yeah, it feels like every time we uncover one fascinating aspect of African mango seed, another one pops up.
It really does. But before we get too carried away, let's address some practical questions our listeners might have, about incorporating this seed into their own lives.
Absolutely. One common question we get is, what's the best way to actually take African mango seed?
That's a good question.
And thankfully, it's available in several forms. You can find it in capsules, powders, and even liquid extracts.
Okay, so many options. What would you recommend for someone just starting out?
For beginners, capsules are a good place to start. They offer a convenient pre-measured dose. But if you're someone who likes to experiment in the kitchen, the powders can be a fun way to add it to smoothies or yogurt or even baked goods.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
What about liquid extracts?
Liquid extracts are great for people who prefer a quick and easy way to take their supplements. You can add those to beverages or take them directly. Really just depends on what you like in your lifestyle.
That makes sense. And how much African mango seed should someone take?
It really depends. Dosage recommendations will vary based on the product and your goals. It's always best to follow the instructions on the product label and keep in mind that consistency is key, just like with any lifestyle change.
So true. And I'm curious to hear more about the traditional uses of African mango seed for health, beyond weight management and blood sugar. What else is out there?
The leaves have traditionally been used to address fevers and to promote digestive comfort.
Oh, okay.
And the bark, which is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties, has been used to soothe skin conditions and help relieve pain.
It really is incredible how every single part of this tree has so many benefits.
It is. It really speaks to the interconnectedness of nature and the wisdom of those traditional practices.
I love that. And as we wrap up this amazing journey through the world of African mango seed, I want to remind our listeners that at Back to Your Roots Herbs, we're passionate about empowering people to rediscover the power of nature.
Absolutely. We believe that nature really does hold the key to unlocking our well-being, and African mango seed is a perfect example of that.
So if you are feeling inspired to explore the benefits of this incredible seed for yourself, head over to our website, www.backtoyourrootsherbs.com. You can find a wide selection of high-quality African mango seed products, all carefully crafted to help you harness the power of nature. You'll find the link in the description below.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.